Oh man, MARAMA was so good. The debut film from New Zealand director Taratora Stappard. It was fantastic, right? They're classifying it as this gothic colonial horror film, and it pretty much deals with the Maori tribe, which is one of the indigenous tribes of New Zealand. I had no idea there were indigenous tribes in New Zealand. I thought they were just New Zealanders, so every day you learn something new. I'm just a fan of the Flight of the Conchords. The film was fantastic, right? So it follows this character, Mary Stevens, who is a Maori woman, and it turns out she has nothing, she does, know nothing about her family or her heritage, really. She was an orphan. She just knows that she is Maori. And apparently, the English had colonized New Zealand, so they took over the Maori tribe. And this film kind of follows and runs along the lines of both Get Out and Kneecap, about the band Kneecap. That's not really a horror film. It's just more or less dealing with the Irish dialect, them wanting to keep that in their culture alive. And then Get Out, obviously, is a horror film, but it's, with white people trying so hard to be black that they're trying to get into their bodies. This film kind of walks that line of both of those films, right? So Mary ends up getting this letter from this man saying that he knows about her family, he knows about like her tribe and all this stuff, to come meet him. So within the 3 months it takes for her to get to him from wherever she was at in Yorkshire, England now, that guy passed away, and his business partner, Nathaniel Cole, tells her, I'll take you under my wing in a sense and have you stay with me because I know a little bit about your family that I will tell you in due time. And he wants her to be the governess, teacher or whatnot of his granddaughter, Anne. While Mary is there, she ends up seeing these visions, has these hallucinations of people that have been there already, but the woman that she sees looks like her, right? She's seeing like this reflection of herself, and she's just having all these fits and hallucinations, just wondering like what is she seeing? Why is she seeing it? And she ends up pretty much uncovering the truth. She finds out that her grandmother was a seer, so her grandmother can see the future, see the past, talk to spirits. So she was actually seeing her twin sister, her mom, and her grandmother going through hell living in this estate. That Nathaniel Cole, his son, was actually married to Amelia, which was Mary's, whose actual name is Marama, that's her Maori name, but was married to Mary's twin sister, and they had a daughter, which was Anne. So Anne is actually her niece, right? And then it turns out that Nathaniel Cole was actually in love with her mom and actually murdered her mom and her grandmother because obviously they didn't want to leave with them. They didn't want to really, they pretty much captured them. But you don't really understand what that backstory was. And one of the men that actually wasn't for this was the guy that originally sent her that letter. He ended up, saving her as a baby, and they ended up taking Amelia and raising Amelia. The whole film is just outrageous, having this unsettling tone that this guy is done something horrible to her people, right? And they're so proudly showing off all this Maori stuff, and it's kind of exactly like Get Out, where they're all excited to meet their black counterparts and all their the black people's culture and stuff. The whole climax of the film is at this party for Nathan Cole. Pretty much they're doing all these weird Maori ritual tribe shit at the party, and Mary just freaks out and has this amazing fit, and they all think it's part of the show, but Nathaniel and some of the other key figures in the movie are kind of like, oh shit, they're this girl's kind of pissed off, right? And she ends up taking her revenge on everybody, well, the main family that night, and it's just awesome. It was just a very damn good climax to a film, and it just, you're at the edge of your seat the whole time, and you're just like, holy shit, yes. She just took her revenge swiftly and coldly, and, ends up saving the granddaughter, Anne, and the housemaid, pretty much. I absolutely loved it. It was so much fun. Like I said, it really keeps you at the edge of your seat for the entire movie because you're just wondering, what's going to happen? It's not going to be good. It is not going to be good. Yeah, it's definitely worth watching. I would say definitely check it out. Like I said, it came out a month ago in April. I had no idea. I was lucky enough to catch it in a random theater in LA, but still, it's, if you could see it, but I hope it's streaming sooner than later. Whatever streaming service it decides to come on, but it's definitely worth seeing. So congrats to Taratora Stappard, debut film, new director from New Zealand. Let's go. Can't wait to see what he does next.